Today's newsletter deals with a very important topic: decreasing turnover. Concept used a lot: decreasing turnover. Today tells you how to do it, one way how to do it, by creating a culture of community in the environment. In a small firm, creating a culture that predicts and explains behavior. You recall I told you in one of the newsletters, I do not teach motivation theory. Why? It doesn't work. It's a gimmick. It doesn't work. And I've said all of the theories of motivation. The fact is, I realized something. I cannot make you do anything you really do not want to do. That's a fact. That being the case, in a small firm, I look at three things that predict and explain a firm's success: people, money, culture. One of the ways to determine decreased turnover is to control those three things: people, money, culture. Today's about creating a community of culture, something not taught in universities or business schools. Small firm, 5, 8, 12, 15, 20 people. How to create a culture of community for those 8 to 10, 12, 15 people. Here's how it's done. The reason we do it is, how to do it is, in big firms, we look at hierarchy, vertical hierarchy of organization, vice presidents, managers, department heads, those kinds of things. Horizontal hierarchy as well, departments. In a small firm, we have none of that. We have a CEO, remember, Nathan Nugget, one person casts a long shadow in the firm, Nathan's Nugget. You have a CEO, 8, 12, 15 people, 4 people, they'll work directly for you. They gotta fit you. You can cast a long shadow in the organization by coming around in their chair, looking at each one doing their work. By the way, if you want to really hack one off, 4 people that work, signal one to 3 and don't speak to one. You just ruin one person's day by not speaking to them. That happened in a small firm, a totally different environment in the small firm than a big organization. There's no hierarchy, no structure. One guy runs it, or he or she runs the whole show. Great responsibility. And that being the case, all of the people involved in the organization also have a place to play in the firm. Their friends, neighbors, the colleagues work together. That being the case, they're involved in a thing called community and environment. What we want to do with the culture of the community is create an environment that predicts behavior. Important. Create a culture that predicts behavior of an environment. That is, people choose their own behavior to please the culture that's created in the firm. That's called creating a culture of community in the organization. Brand new topic, brand new data, not taught in universities. Creating a culture that predicts and explains behavior in the organization. And by the way, people choose their own culture, their own behavior, based on, I want to be in this culture. Isn't that important? The classic example of culture affecting performance is the New York Yankees baseball team. You know the Yankees, New York baseball team. I play for the Dodgers, of course, Brooklyn Dodgers, so I'm a Dodger fan. But the Yankees, he's a baseball player, batting .240 all of his life, his life. 240 is an okay ball player. I like him a little higher, but 240 is okay. The ball player bats .240 8 years of his life, 8-year career program, 8 years, average .240. Makes one change. Traded to the New York Yankees, the pinstripes. Puts on a Yankee suit. Ball's the same. Shoes the same. Socks the same. Next year he bats .308. Same ball player, .240, next .308. What changed? The culture of the firm changed. The Yankee way, the Yankee mystique, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, all the Mickey Mantle, the mystique of the culture predicted the behavior of the ball player. Same applies to Mayo Clinic medical system. The Mayo model is called Mayo model. Physician, the heart doctor, for example, cardiologist, invasive cardiologist, does procedure. Before Mayo Clinic, on his own way, trained in med school. But at Mayo Clinic, the culture says we want results. We can charge high prices, but the patient, first time we predicted medicine, results for a medical procedure. You will get well doing it the Mayo way. Doctor comes to Mayo Clinic. During those day one, the culture says, doctor, we put on a coat and tie, we put on a white suit, talk a certain way, operate a certain way together, and we get results together. The culture says, here's how we're going to perform. So you see, the culture dictates performance. That's what you want in small firms. And remember, people, predict people, results, money, and culture. The culture predicts behavior of the firm. Why is that so important? Reason being because factors involved in creating culture. Culture gives a sense of urgency for the organization, a sense of purpose for being there, a sense of family for being there, a sense of community. My neighbors, we're neighbors, sense of community. By the way, key, a sense of creating entrepreneurship inside the firm. An entrepreneurial organization is being created with a sense of community. Freedom to be entrepreneurial. New ideas, freedom to do that. Also, an emotional reset of the corporate compass. What's a reset of the compass? No, things happen. Life happens. Divorces happen. Bad things happen. Death happens, organizations. People's emotions involved. And the corporate culture has to reset the emotional compass from time to time. We hurt for someone of our workers, hurt for one of our mates. Our soul hurts for them, with them. Time out, and pause. Let the corporate compass reset the culture of the firm. We do realize life happened. Yeah, we have compassion. Have compassion, empathy for us, our soulmates. That's community. Not just a job. We dare to care. We dare to take time to care. That's community caring. It also creates an environment of trust. Big word by Warren Buffett. He talked about this years ago. Today's firms will be more about your trustworthiness than about your skill set. I say both go together. But building a firm of trust, a dynamic of trust, a community of trust, where I got your back. Like in fighter pilot school, I got your back. Military, I got your back. War, I got your back. Lastly, a word not used in organizations a lot of times. I'm using it right now. Love. We love you. We love being here. We love what we're doing. We love our calling. We love our purpose. We love our compassion. We love being a part of this firm. And this community of culture creates a behavior that says, an individual, once I fit and belong, I choose to come here, and I choose the behavior that keeps me here. What's the behavior? Excellence. Fit format, behavior properly, being graded properly, accountability. All those issues come to play. Customer satisfaction, all come to play now. Key thing is I created an environment where the individual chooses their own behavior to fit the culture. That's what you want. That's dynamic. There you see, guys, we've created a community of caring in the organization that predicts, explains performance, the bottom line. God bless.